Welcome to the Joyage Kingdom. In today's video, we'll be covering Angry Ape Army, a project that we actually recently talked about on a live stream. So if you were there for that, I did talk about it having a good foundation. They're doing their branding right, I believe. They had a decent team. And so if you got into that project, you'd be up 2 or 3x right now. As you guys know, the NFT space is very time sensitive sometimes. So make sure you have those bell notifications on. I'm trying to bring you guys the best content on YouTube. In our last Brutally Honest review video, we covered Neo Tokyo, and you guys seem to love that video. So I appreciate everyone liking the video, subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, click out a full screen, click the like button, click the subscribe button, join the kingdom. There's no point because I'm going to be making videos like every single day. Remember, the goal of this channel is to increase the knowledge and confidence it takes to navigate this metaverse on your own one day. So if you're not following me on Twitter already at Cade Bergman, if you're not following the channel, if you're not watching all these videos, I'm coming out with videos every single day, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I want to give a shout to the guys at Shoutout NFT project for sponsoring the channel as always. Let's get into the video. She Snapchatted me. Fuck, I'm not gonna be able to open this till after the video. So here's the Angry Ape Army's OpenSea right now. They're sitting at a floor price of 2.42. I think the other day when we covered them, they were sitting at 1.76, and they did briefly touch a 3.5 floor price. So that was like a pretty crazy timing, honestly. And it was crazy because I literally talked about Cool Man's Universe in that video too. This one I did a live stream about just like new projects that were coming up, and literally that night I said this is a good project, good foundation, good legs. The next morning, guys, Gary V bought it and the floor did a 2x. Like, it's insane. I think Gary V's watching my YouTube videos. Here's the thing. This is the project that will like create diamond holders and really people who are interested in the project, which is how you want to cultivate your actual supporters. I bought this project 100% because I liked the art and I liked that he had a TV show on YouTube, which is exactly what I talk about every project needing to have. And he's got 2 million followers and he built that storyline around it. Anyways, back to their OpenSea. They have 1.5 thousand Ethereum traded, 1.2 thousand owners, 3.3 thousand items. That's a pretty good spread right there. Let's check out their activity. So as you guys can see, they did just recently have a run up. This is very similar to the Bored Apes situation. They kind of just like teetered for a while, didn't really do much, and then they just shot up, you know. And as far as volume, like, they're trading and they're going. So here's what they look like if you just wanted to have a look. It's interesting. This kind of project reminds me of kind of like Lazy Lions, Doge Pound vibe, in the sense that, like, yeah, I feel like a beast, kind of, you know what I mean? It's just like a certain kinds of art that you're like, yeah, I wouldn't mind being a holder. And I talked about that in the live, and I think that's very important that people overlook, especially people trying to do like a profile picture project. You need to make sure that it's good enough to be like a profile picture. Like, would people want to have that as their profile picture? That always needs to go into account on these kinds of projects. So there's a couple of organization issues they need to fix. They don't even have their Twitter linked up here, and on their website there's a couple of things I want to talk about that they're missing, but we'll get to that in a second. So here's our Twitter account, 4,876 followers. It doesn't look like they've done a bunch of like huge marketing campaigns and like crazy whitelist shit and all this stuff. And we're going to talk about the founders in a bit, but I really liked what they had to say on their AMA and their YouTube videos. They have both, which you guys know. Green flag. I love founders who are talking a lot. I would like to extend an offer if they would like to come on an interview. I know they're already like on YouTube and stuff, but I've been doing these NFT founder interviews recently a lot. I've done it with Boonji, I've done it with Supducks, I've done it with Doodles, and so I would love to offer one of the guys in the team to come on for an interview and just talk, you know, a little bit of personal branding. Doesn't hurt. I think it's actually the most helpful thing you could ever do for your project. So shoot me a DM on Twitter. But as far as our activity on Twitter, the project's doing a great job kind of keeping people excited, but not annoying. You know, there's a difference between annoying and shilly and kind of like, dude, look what we're doing. And I've definitely gotten that feel, and I like the way they're doing this. So here's their website. Pretty standard, looks cool, I like it. So it looks like on December 28th, for all holders, we'll get a free weapon drop. That's pretty cool. This project also reminds me a bit of BioPills. If you guys remember that project, I talk about them a lot, kind of like the ecosystem factor. And a lot of projects are trying to do this. I just don't think most of them will pull it off. Obviously, we have no idea if this project is going to be able to because it's new, pure speculation. But the way they're doing it and setting it up, I have a very similar, I feel the same feelings I have with BioPills with this project for whatever reason. It's kind of just like my spider senses. And I said that same thing like 3 or 4 days ago in that live when I was talking about them, when they were kind of just starting to get a little bit of a run up. And that's just like BioPills. You know, if you hold the pill, you get all this shit for free. So that's cool. This kind of stuff only works if people bother to want to play the game, right? So it's going to really depend on how much personal brand they're able to do over the next few months and over the next few years. So here's their roadmap. They're launching their first 3,333 a little while ago. They did a limit of 2 mints per person, which is dope. I don't see that very often from new projects. I feel like a lot of new projects are so focused on selling out and getting as many people involved and hyping it up, and then they don't really have an answer for after that. And it looks like they've thought about this and they've been in the NFT space for a while. I'm going to get into the people on the team and the reasons that I believe that the guys in this team may be a little bit more competent than other projects I've seen that are new. So then they have the weapons drop coming up. They have an elemental drop, which is cool because if you collect all 4 elemental apes, you get a god ape. So it kind of incentivizes you to get all these different ones, which basically creates demand out of nothing. And I like that. That's cool. I like the little lore that they have here. We've got art projects coming up. They've got some collaborations coming up. They've got some metaverse integration like every project, and then film animation. So this is something that when we get into the founders is going to make a lot more sense. Basically, some of the guys in this team have been working in the film industry in like real Hollywood shit. And yeah, dude, like if they're able to pull some strings, get some connections here, that could be very, very cool because film increases emotional tie and you get emotionally invested. And what happens when you get emotionally invested? You create diamond holders. So here's the team. We have John Park, founder and artist, Emmanuel Shio, founder and artist, Hyperlink, founder, operations, Alec, which is in charge of marketing, and we have June on artist. And then they have some artist collaborations. I don't really know who these people are. Maybe I'm supposed to. I don't know. Also on their website at the very bottom, there's a couple places where it says like add description, and that just doesn't look professional. I just wanted to let the team know that they should probably update that. Before we get into the team, let's just check out the rest of their website really quick. So they have the evolution tree. This is their wave 1, the OG apes. You get this free mint drop, which gives you an evolved ape. And wave 3, this is stay tuned for details. I like that they're not releasing everything and trying to overhype it. I don't get shilly vibes from this project based on what I've seen so far on their website. So the way they describe some of these free mints you're getting, you get these little eggs. They've kind of shown that there's different things you can get and different things that each item do, and some are more important, like this bazooka banana thing. I read somewhere that this is like the most important thing or something, and so that just like inherently creates demand. And if people like want to play the game and want to be in it, then this stuff will make a big difference. If they don't care and they don't do the branding right, none of this matters. They do have a YouTube channel, so a couple of the guys do some podcasts, some long form content, and I like that. I watched this, and I watched like a lot of this episode actually, and I was able to kind of hear how they speak, and I was very impressed by the caliber or the way they spoke. You guys know my pinned tweet on Twitter is your ability to speak to a camera and articulate your thoughts is going to be the difference between some projects making it and not making it. And so I'm a huge fan of any project where they have people online who are doxed, talking, building their personal brand, because if something goes wrong with Angry Ape Army, they need something to fall back on, and that's where personal branding from the founders is going to kick in. And that's why, again, I want to extend that offer to do an interview and just talk about you, just learn who you are, get your supporters to kind of be like, oh, this is a good dude, I really like this person. And I think it's just helpful for everybody involved. So I know you guys love this in the live. I like roasted some dude. So basically they did an AMA the other day, and I listened to the whole thing. The first 20 minutes was the same fucking dude who just came on and was just the classic moon boy asking the worst questions, kept re-asking the same question, and the guys on the team were so patient. I was praying they would kick this guy off the stage or something. He was like, and at the end, after he was like badgering them with all these questions about how to raise the floor price to 20 ETH, he was like, by the way, I'm a holder for life. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. If you wanted to raise the thing to 20 ETH floor, you were trying to get out and you're trying to pump and dump. You're a piece of shit. So hopefully you learned your lesson, Moonboy. You need to join the Joyage Kingdom and actually learn what NFTs are and actually learn what investing is, because that is not what you're doing. But the rest of the AMA was great. They answered good questions. They were articulating very well. They sound very, very well versed in the NFT world. It seems that they've been in the NFT world for a while before they were like, let's just do an NFT project. There's too many NFT projects out there that have no idea about anything, and they're literally just like, oh, we're just going to launch a project because money, you know? And it doesn't seem like this is the goal for this project. Of course, this is all speculation. I'm just going off vibe, and I'm going off what I've seen so far. So real quick, I want to answer one of the questions in my AMA. This is an AMA section for my YouTube videos. If you guys ask questions in this Discord channel, you may have a shot at being featured in a YouTube video. So today we have expert contender. What is your goal as far as NFT art goes? For NFT art, if you guys know, basically I'm only exclusively buying NFT art because it's a conflict of interest now. I can't buy NFTs and feel good about myself if I'm buying and selling NFTs when I'm literally talking about my own assets and I'm pumping in, you know, it's just a conflict of interest. I don't think that's fair. So I'm pretty much exclusively buying NFT art, which is totally fine. I love buying art. I'm a buy, hold. I'm a collector guy. I buy NFTs like I buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I just like the way they look. I like the message, and that's it. I don't really sell NFTs. So my goal as far as NFT art is to show the world that NFTs aren't just flippers and people trying to make money in a quick buck. I think NFT artists are incredibly underrated, and I think it's going to be a huge trend in 2022. NFT artists, content creators are going to be partnering with brands, just like I partnered up with Subducks long term, because that keeps the project relevant, that keeps me relevant, that helps both of us, it's good. And I think it's going to start happening with platforms, with big, I mean, you just saw Nike and Adidas, they're coming in. It keeps everybody relevant, and it's going to happen. It's going to be social media ambassadors 3.0. Just like Gymshark has athletes, we're going to start to see this. And so I want to be early. I want to be a trendsetter. I don't want to be a trend follower. And so yeah, I'm making a bet. I'm buying NFT art and from artists that I think are doing well personal branding wise. They're doing the right things. And so that's my goal with NFT art. I didn't even answer the question. I just want to support artists, especially ones who are doing the personal branding stuff right, who are using the tactics that I preach that I know is right, and they're doing it right, and I want to support them. Okay, back to the creators. This is John Park, one of the founders and artists. John Park has been working on a lot of projects. Now, I don't know how much he's worked in these projects, but just being in the space and the fact that he did work on some of these projects is impressive. That's more impressive than I can say for most projects. So that's cool. Again, I don't know how much he actually contributed to this movie, but it's a pretty solid resume. And then we got the next guy, Emmanuel Shiu, who's been on very, very many movies that I've definitely seen, and that's actually really interesting. That's like a huge reason I want to interview them, because I want to know what exactly, how the fuck, like, who are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are a lot of movies that I've seen, you know? And this is John's art page, 48,000 followers on Instagram. It seems to be that, like, he's a legit dude. Again, this is all speculation, you don't know. But yeah, he's a cool artist. He's got his own art. Here's his Twitter account, 22,000 followers. He's got a super rare account. He actually does a great job with his personal branding. He does a lot of talking, tweeting his own personal thoughts, and you guys know I'm a huge fan of that. That's very, very important, and so he's doing a great job there. And how he said here about floor price, this is another thing they talk about in the AMA. They were like, we're not worried about the floor. It doesn't change anything. And to hear a founder of a new project say that was very interesting, because I've almost never heard that from a new project. New projects are worried about selling out. They're worried about a high floor price, and that's literally it. So this is impressive to me. It means that he's been in this space and that he understands the NFT world. Here's Emmanuel Shiu's Instagram. He's also one of the artists and founders, 28,000 followers. His pinned tweet is his own NFT art, which I love. That's dope for personal branding. I like that. And so, yeah, I think they both are doing a great job on Twitter with their personal brands. The other two guys in the team, they're not as active. They've got, like, here's 609 followers for Hyperlink. He could do better for his personal branding stuff. He just does a lot of retweeting and stuff like that. So I'd love to see more action from him. We have one of the other guys in the team. Again, he could do a little bit more work on the personal branding side. But I think, honestly, all the guys in the team are doing better than most newer projects that I've seen. So I just want to highlight that. I also want to make sure that, I know it sounds like I'm probably shilling this project. I'm not holding this project. I don't care. But I just want to highlight, when you see a new NFT project that is doing certain things right, I do want to not congratulate them, but I want to highlight those things, because it's important when you're looking at a new project to just be able to decipher which projects are full of shit with idiots running the project, which is the most important thing. You can't have idiots running this project. You have to have people who kind of can do things. You have to have competency on the team. And so I do think it's important to highlight that they are doing certain things right from a foundational, beginning standpoint, you know? A couple of guys on the team also are in charge of this Brainstorm Online thing, where they do a lot of mentorship as far as film, animations, and so I think that's cool. I like that they're even talking about this. Again, a lot of new projects don't think that it's important to show their personal side from the founders, and I think it's actually the most important thing. So I like that they're doing this. So it seems that this project is trying to do some type of video game style. They're definitely not hiding that that's the main goal here, and I think that that's going to be really important, because NFT projects that are just profile picture projects, they're just trying to do staking and stuff, it's not enough. You know, you got to have enough time to create lore and storyline to increase emotional tie and emotional connection into the project. That's how you keep diamond holders and a proud community, right? There's a reason some projects haven't dipped that hard in relation to other projects, like Cryptodes. Vibe. Yeah, the floor did like a negative 500x or something, bro. They didn't do enough branding side. RIP to them, hashtag vibe or whatever. Lore, storyline, games, TV shows. You need to make videos and content about the project. Content about the project. Same with NFT artists. Content gives your art value. Content gives your project value. Without the content, it's just a bunch of JPEGs, right? And that's about it from the Angry Apes Army. I just want to shout out an NFT artist, Cade, Brooklyn NFTs, Black Electra Lady. She just dropped her own collection. I love how much personal branding and amazing work she's done on TikTok to grow her personal brand. She did all that first and then dropped her project the way she should have, and she's doing great. I think she's going to be very, very big in the NFT space, especially maybe helping lead the charge for the women in the space. And I bought two of them. I'll probably be giving this one away to someone at some point, just because I don't want to be just because I want as many people to hold as many NFT artists art as possible. And actually, since I held one, she actually airdropped me the Sand Electra Lady, just because I was a holder, and so I was really happy to see that. And that's really cool. I think buying from artists is way more fun than buying from projects, because you can truly connect with the people and you can kind of see them for who they are, and I love that. And so NFT artists, if you're not sharing your story, that's the reason your NFTs aren't selling, because a major reason that I bought her art is because of who she is as a person, what she believes in, not solely because I just like this picture, right? So if you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, honestly. Code word for this video is going to be ARMY in all caps. Make sure you're following me on other platforms, especially Twitter, because I do occasionally make a call, and I have a very good track record. So make sure you're following me there. If you haven't liked this video, I really appreciate you doing that. All this content I put out is for free. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to see more of me right now, click on one of these boxes on the other side of me. And until next time, continue on your joy age. Continue to learn, and be grateful you're alive watching this video. Bye. So anyways, guys, I hope you made it to the end of this video. So anyways, guys, if you made it to the end of this video,